Welcome back, Village. How are those back to school emotions going for you? It's hit or miss at my house, day by day. Just remember to pause, get curious, what's actually going on? Why are we having those big emotions? And then check yourself. Today, I am on the Ripon College campus with John Ingemann.
Ingemann, don't worry about it.
John Ingemann. He is the Associate Director of Admissions here at the Ripon College campus. And we are talking about after high school educational timelines. So, junior year, it's when it all gets started.
It's the big year.
So, as they start their junior year, what's a good timeline to keep in mind as they start this process of what am I going to do after high school? Where am I going?
Yeah, I think the best timeline for a lot of juniors, I mean, it can start as early as their fall semester. Just do a couple of fall visits. A lot of colleges are going to be hosting preview days or football, tailgate events, things like that. It's just a great way to introduce yourself to the concept of college. But even if you wait till your spring semester of junior year, that's really when you want to start hitting those visits of, go to a school that's far from home, go to a school that's close to home, big school, small school. I even tell students, go somewhere where that a family member has gone, go somewhere that no one in your family has gone, because that's the best way really to start sussing out, like, do I like the feel of this campus? Do I like the feel of that campus? And junior year then is really then allowing you to get those experiences in, because then in the summer, after you finish junior year going into senior year, that's when the applications are going to start opening up. So getting all of that done before those apps are ready is a great timeline.
Visits first.
Yes.
And mix it up. Okay. Next thing, what are some of the things that we are on those applications that we really need to focus on?
Yeah.
What are the big pieces?
The big pieces that a lot of colleges consider is, of course, the high school transcript, right? So, obviously we're going to be looking at your freshman, sophomore, and junior year grades when you apply to college. So those are the things that we really take a heavy look into. One of the important things to know about colleges right now is a lot of colleges have gone test optional. So we're no longer requiring those ACT or SAT scores when you apply. So really just take a look at each individual college and figure out, is testing something that I have to do? If I didn't like the test score that I got when I took the ACT during my junior year, should I be retaking it for that college? So those are things, like numbers wise that we're looking for, those GPAs, those test scores. But then what I really talk about a lot here at Ripon is we're looking for that holistic approach as well. What activities are you involved with? What are the rigor of your classes? Are you taking AP or advanced classes? And then also just what type of activities do you do for fun? Are you involved in sports, the fine arts? Are you working? A lot of students are really humble and don't mention that they work a job and maybe they manage or supervise people or have to take direction from other people. And then also I even tell students that sometimes they're in a family situation where because of the way they have to babysit their siblings, maybe they don't get to do after school activities as frequently as their friends. So mention that you babysit your siblings and that you help out your family. Those are things that we as a college, we want to know, because that really tells tells your story to us of what you're looking to achieve in college and what your background is.
Okay. So tell the whole story. Not what you think they might want to hear. Tell the whole story.
Yeah, we want to know everything about you, so please be honest with us. We really believe in our industry. We're admission counselors. Obviously, I'm biased. I work at Ripon. I would love as many students as I could to come to Ripon College, but really, we are counselors. We want to guide you and help you find the college that is right for you. That's our ultimate objective.
Awesome. What can parents do to help? Now, we don't want them to do it all,
yes.
But what can they do to guide in the process?
Yeah, I think the big thing with parents, in my opinion, is, a lot of colleges will allow you to be on the email list with your student, right? Okay. So I think it's important that, you talk to your students, see if they want you involved in that process. But then as they're getting accepted to schools, check out the school's website, find those visit days, because senior year gets really busy for a lot of students. And they're not thinking oh yeah, this Saturday I should go to that preview day. As a parent, ask your student, do you want to attend this? Do you want to get to know some people? Take the day away. So encourage the visiting, encourage, checking newsletters. A lot of colleges have parent Facebook pages and things like that, so you can join those communities and then ask parents what they think of that college or university. We have a really great parents network here at Ripon that does networking and connection events and things like that. So if there's anything that you can do just to help your student take those steps, We often talk about the concept of like grit in the college search, of like, you know, it's okay if your student fails or doesn't do everything just right, right? But you're there to catch them. So let them call the professor that they get the email from. Like, you don't do it yourself. Let them have those moments where maybe like, oh, I might have said that thing awkward to the professor. Like, that's okay. Like, we're not going to judge.
Let them stumble over names.
Yeah, exactly. It happens to the best of us. So, you know, as a parent, you know, like, help them from an arm's length, make sure they're not going to fall, make sure they get those deadlines and things like that for scholarships especially. But really, I think that's the best way, is just being a supportive arm as they investigate.
Excellent. Okay, last one. Any tips or tricks
Yeah.
that are going to be helpful in this process?
I think the thing is, college can be a very overwhelming process for a lot of people. And I understand it's a big decision for a lot of students. You know, you're trying to decide your future, your career, your activities, where you're going to live potentially down the road. Just remind yourself that, like I said, all admission counselors, we just really believe in this process as us helping you. Like, I'm biased. I'd love for you to come to Ripon again. But if a bigger school is a better fit, or a school in a different state, we would love to guide you and help you figure that out in any way that we can. So please don't be afraid of us. Don't be afraid of professors or any staff members on campus. There's no such thing as a bad question. My favorite example of this, I had a family visit campus one time. We had a great visit. They had left. They had my email address, and not more than 20 minutes after they leave campus, I get an email from them asking, how much white rice does your common serve? And that's kind of a weird question. Like, I was like, I don't know what that exactly means. So I emailed them back, and I'm like, hi, like, are you asking, like, how many days a week do we serve rice? By metric ton, how much do our students eat? And what I found out by asking that follow-up question was, the mom was like, oh yeah, I should clarify, our daughter, we forgot to mention, has severe food allergies. And so we just want to make sure that whatever campus she chooses, that she's going to have something to eat, and white rice was the safest thing for her to eat.
Right.
And so that was a great question that we were able then to follow up and connect them with our food service. And the food service was like, oh yeah, we could provide, you know, custom made meals. She could just text us and let us know what days and time she's coming. So, like, again, there's no such thing as a bad question, because generally it leads to that point of, oh, this is something that can help you down the road. So ask all questions, use the resources you have in hand, because that's what we're here for.
Right.
So we don't want this to be scary or intimidating.
Awesome. So get out there, explore, tell your whole story, your true story. And this goes for four-year colleges, big schools, small schools, short courses, technical schools, military probably as well, as you go to meet recruiters and other admissions people. Ask the questions.
Yeah.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
And again, if any families in the local area do have questions, again, we in the Office of Admission here at Ripon College would just love to have the conversation with you and help point you in the right direction.
Excellent. Bye, Village.